Hey Mark, how you doing? Appreciate you coming in. I got one last water change to do here, and it's 125. So usually I'm done by now. Hey Muppet, thanks for dropping by. This is the last water change I got to do today, Muppet. It's a 125. Usually I'm done by now, but I got behind a little bit. Partial laziness. Well, thank you. Yeah, let me know how. I got the microphone here. I'll try to talk to you while I'm over there, but just let me know if it sounds all right. This is actually going to be pretty simple. It's pretty clean, so it'll just be a water change. Hey, Mexcali. So I got this down to a pretty efficient process. And this tank, and I have a few others that are like this, where I rarely have to even suck any uneaten food out, or the biggest thing I got is poop from a common pleco. Common plecos poop a lot, but that's not even that bad. So I'll show you how I do my water changes in the bigger tanks, save water and make it quicker. You guys are probably aware. You might do the same thing. I don't know. Pushing your dog. Oh, let's see here. Oh yeah, Muppet. I hope your pup gets better real soon. So what I do on my 125s, my 75s, and my 55s is I go around and I get all the uneaten food and poop out that might be in there with the Python, or if I don't feel like getting any sand in the sink, which is something you want to avoid anyways, I'll use the old school gravel back and go around and do that into a bucket so I don't get no sand and stuff in my sink. But it's a lot easier to just use the Python, get that stuff out. And then I got this pump here from Lowe's. It's for a pond. drains the water much faster. Right out the window, I just run the hose out of the window. Quick, simple, easy, and then it's just fill up. This cuts your water bill down and over half because, you know, a Python runs off your faucet, so you're always using water if you use that. And if with this, if you have multiple tanks and you're using a Python, you're gonna have a big water bill. Since I got this, it's cut that in half. Engage. The only thing about that water pump I don't like is if you have smaller fish, I'm pretty sure, like, you know, like an Ember Tetra or even Neon Tetras, you can put like a sock or like if you have an old cartridge from a media cartridge on like a hang on the back filter, like a Tetra Whisper or something, you can take that media off of that little plastic bracket and shove that over top of the inlet of the pump, and nothing will get sucked in. There's lots of things you can do for that: pantyhose, filter socks, or like I said, the old media things. I don't leave the faucet water on while using the Python. I just use the faucet water to start the siphon and then turn it off. Yeah, Muppet, I've seen it, but it's so slow. When you're trying to do a water change at 125, God, it'd be there forever. It'd probably take me 2 days if I used that method, Muppet. Well, it's taking me 2 days anyways, but 2 days on one tank. When I get done with this water change, I have something to show you guys. I got one of those Life with Pets dividers that Ben Oshart was talking about and promoting, and pretty impressed with it. And I put it in one of my 20-gallon longs over here so I can put 2 male betas in it, and I was able to shut down one of my 10-gallon tanks. It won't take long. You can see how fast that water is coming down, that water level. And I normally do like 75% water changes, but lately some of these fish have got a lot bigger. Like that big fancy goldfish out here in there, and of course the pleco. When I was doing 75% water changes, especially with all of that water sprite floating in there, they were getting stuck and having a hard time moving around. So now I just do like 50, a little bit more than 50, so they have a little bit more room. When they get stuck like that, they freak out. And of course, then I use the Python to refill it. Non-fish tip, but I recently discovered this. You can use a permanent marker on packing tape and use a regular pencil eraser to erase it. You can use a permanent marker on packing tape and then use a regular pencil eraser to erase it. Ooh. In case you make a mistake and write the wrong thing on there. Oh, I see. Making your own erasable labels. So it takes a Sharpie right off packing tape. Hey KG, thanks for stopping in, sir. Got to keep an eye on this. That's at about 50% right there. See, he's getting stuck. I don't know if you can see him there. He's so big, he's running out of room, so I'll probably go ahead and stop it there and fill it back up. Prime. Be right back. Fritz Complete, what I suggest versus, yeah, Fritz Complete KJE is another good one I know. I don't think there's another product on the market that does what Prime and Fritz Complete does as far as detoxifying ammonium nitrite and nitrate. Maximus. Mac. And better yet use Fritz Pro ACCR dry. Never heard of that one, KJE. But I do know about Fritz Complete, yes sir. Complete and Prime are the same chemical makeup. Okay, cool. Yeah, I knew they were the only two that I know of that would detoxify those ammonium nitrite and nitrates. I've always liked to see chem products, but I know Fritz is on that same level. Move this closer, you could probably see my Little Pictus catfish running around. I don't know if you can see over here, but my pleco loves playing in the new water coming in. See him splashing around in there? Fritz is typically cheaper, and we sell Fritz, and it had actually been around longer than Seachem. Seachem ripped a few patents off. Ooh, I didn't know that. KJE, I know their bottles are a little bit more attractive. And they have cooler names like Monster. What does the Fritz Monster do? Monster is a heterotrophic, however you say it, bacteria which actually eats organic matter. So would that be like Seachem's Purigen? Not to take the place of water changes, but to prolong the need and will extend. Yeah. So like, yeah, that's Seachem's version of Purigen in the liquid form. Well, that's what Purigen does, KJE. It lowers nitrates by breaking down organic matter. It doesn't take it out of your water, but it breaks organic waste down so that it can be taken out. A copycat wannabe. It does not, he says. My fish tanks, thanks for coming by, man. How are you? What you working on? Seachem is the stepchild to Fritz, a copycat wannabe. Well, why don't you tell us how you really feel, KJ? Purigen is just a filter media. Are you sure? I know that I believe you have an online store. I'm sure you know, but are you sure you're not getting that confused with Seachem Matrix? Okay, you're not. Purigen is like Chemiclean. Yes. Or Fritz's Max Out. Oh wow, Silver Creek Aquatics stopped in. Hey man, thanks. Matrix is a BS filter media. You tell that to Caveman Aquatics, KJE. But I have seen Fritz, and it is something I always wanted to try to, get a bottle of it and try it out. Hey Bunny Viper, thanks for stopping by. Matrix is nothing but a filter media. Right, it's kind of like like a biological filter media. KJ, if you watch Caveman Aquatics, he did like a 4-month test or a 6-month test. I think it was 4 months test on that Matrix, and he did see a difference in his nitrates. He has a nitrate issue. His nitrates are always like 50 and 80 parts per million, so he was always trying different things, and he did find that Matrix to help him out. But then again, he's also a Seachem spokesperson too, so all it is an overpriced. I'll definitely, I think I'll definitely try a couple of their products out, KG. I see a lot of guys that like it, and KG Tropicals being one. I'll definitely try it out. Is it cheaper to buy than Seachem products? I sell what I put my name on. What is your send me your online store link, KJE. I'll go on your store and check out and see what you got. Hey Andrew, thanks for stopping in, man. Appreciate it. Usually I'm done with all my water changes by now, but I had to do this last one here. Also, I do not sugarcoat stuff. Hey Nathan, how are you? Thanks for coming in. I believe you, KJE, and that's kind of like my style, and I appreciate that. Like I said, let me know your store name, or the name of your online store. I'll go on there and see what you got. Or I could do this. You can email me there at KJE. Nathan got a new phone. That's always fun. Yeah, KJ tenons are great for everything. Makes a little bit of a darker tank, but then again, the lighting's for us, not the fish. They like it darker. Not to mention the health benefits. KJ, I don't know if you saw it. I put my email up there so you can send me your link to your store. Let me know when it warms up, Bunny. I got, as you can see, way too much water Sprite. Nathan has new tank Sunday. Ooh, what size tank did you get, Nathan? Oh, here we go. I got a 40 breeder I mentioned, and even got me a 20 gallon. Did you get a good deal on those together, Nathan? KG stocks a ton of botanicals. Yeah, I want to check your store out, man. I have never, to this date, ever overflowed a tank. I don't know about you guys, but I have never done it. And I will never allow it. All right, KG, thanks, man. Check you next time. Good info on the Fritz. I'll be curious to try that out. Say this part loud out. Yes, for free. Nathan, I got those 2 tanks for free. But I really paid $100. Cool, Nathan. Yeah, a lot of my tanks, man, I don't buy new tanks. The price they want for them is ridiculous. This 125 gallon here, there was an old, I live in a military town, and this old guy was like, kept fish for 40 years. He died. His wife wanted rid of the stuff because it was too many memories for her. And I thought I was just going to get this tank, but when I showed up for $300, she had a 125, a 75 gallon tank. She had, I was so mad because there was a 300 gallon tank I missed out on. I thought it was 300 just for the tank. No, I got the tank, a 75 gallon tank, stands, and like eight of those brute garbage cans full of just equipment and supplies. I have another 125 over here I got a great deal on, and 75 gallons were free. One of the 55 gallons were free. For Facebook market site, man, you don't need to spend tons of money. Get them, do the leak test, clean them up, disinfect if you have to, good to go. Filters. I was this close a week ago getting a 210 gallon tank for 250 bucks. It was pre-drilled. It was set up for it had the overflows in it, set up for a sump. But I'm not into the sump pumps. I like my canisters and hang on the backs. But that's a great deal, man. $100, you get a 40-gallon breeder and a 20-gallon. Did it come out with anything else, Nathan, or is that just the tanks? Andrew, Aquarium Daily, I get all mine on the marketplace now. Yeah, heck yeah, that's the only way to go, man. It's just people will need to move, and sometimes they got to get rid of stuff now, especially in like a military town, and you get come across some really good deals. Last I looked, there was what is it? I think it was what the hell was it? A 300-gallon tank with a stand that I saw. She wanted $3,000 for it. Then she dropped the price down to like 1,200 and something. I don't know if it's still on there, but it's like it'd be like a 3-hour drive for me. But I'd love to have that tank. Oh, Jesus. Y'all will have to catch the video, but it came with 10 angels, 2 sharks, or some type. The black with red fins, a male beta, and smaller pleco clowns, I believe. Also good. Yeah, that for $100, Nathan, you got a good deal there, man. You can't beat it. You know, go to your PetSmart or your Petco's, and you'll spend $800 just on a tank and a stand. Unless they have them kits with it, you get filters, so it's still you're talking $800 versus a couple hundred. Oh yeah, Andrew, man, I've never overflowed a tank, not ever, and I don't plan on it. And I got to talking to you guys and got distracted. You can see I've got like a half an inch to go. And I'll run and shut that off. Then I want to show you guys this, like I was telling you, this Life with Pets tank divider. I don't know if you've ever heard of the Life with Pets tank dividers. They're fantastic. Yeah, no, never gonna happen. And when you got the wife's plants, you're always having to move them in and out of your way during water change day. Tis almost filled up. Be right back. So I'm going to move you guys around a minute here. Reconnected. Muppet will be lurking and listening for a little bit. She got dog duty. Better not break her plant. She's watching you. That's right. So I'm going to flip the camera a minute. I want to show you this divider. So a little while back, I rescued some fish. Some couple was moving, and then I offered her a place to home her fish, which is where I got this common pleco. and 3 betas, 2 are females, 1's a male, and some other fish over there and down here. But I also got these 2 top fin 10-gallon aquarium kits for free. So again, I got fish and a whole complete tank setups for free. And I've got these 2 20-gallon longs here, so it's like, why not divide one, shut a tank down? And that's what I did today. And so this is the Life with Pets aquarium divider. It's specifically made for 20-gallon longs. They have all different sizes. They also tell you straight up they work with Aqueon tanks the best. Have tried those stupid ones that come rolled up in a box at PetSmart. Hard to deal with, but I am super impressed with this one. You can get them with the holes or without. I'm assuming the ones without the holes is if you have a reptile tank or something. But it's like sturdy plastic. You can see the thickness of it up here. It fits in this tank perfect. And then along the edges you get these plastic strips that you can use to adjust it so it goes up under that inside lip. And you also get, where am I at? These plastic tabs here you put on so it can't go left and right. And this thing's in here nice and sturdy, as you can see. And it also fits perfectly up under a glass top. And it actually supports the middle. Not that it's needed in such a little tank, but it just fits perfect. And now I've got Timothy over here, and the mustard gas is over here now. Now I got 1 tank and was able to shut that 10-gallon down. Nathan, I've made my own divider out of plexis. Nice. Did you just measure it, and how'd you keep that in place? Did you use suction cups? Yeah, Nathan, and I think, out the door and delivered to the house, $26. Rinse it off, stick it in, done. Adjust it. Bury it down into the sand, or the gravel, whatever you got. Perfect fit, nice and tight. I'm not going to have 2 male betas fighting each other. Nathan, that came from, and I heard it from Ben Ochart, it came from Life with Pets. I heard him talk about it a few times, and I'm like, let me try one of those, because I was not getting one of them stupid ones at PetSmart again. I'm sure your Plexi one's pretty nice too, man, but I do like the fact that it's black. It's non-toxic. And it's, like I say, it's just a perfect fit. It looks nice too. I love the 20-gallon long tanks. They're a really good looking tank. I like Depths has like a 33 long. I always prefer the long tanks instead of the high tanks. One, you get more surface area, better oxygen, and they just look really good. Hey, do I have any beta experts in here right now? I have a question. Any beta experts in here? Jason says yes, just cut a tiny bit smaller and use the suction cups to hold it in place. It worked for my needs, but I do like that one for long term. I had 2 sick fish. I needed to be separated. Yeah, man, it's great. You will not be disappointed. You'll be very happy. You won't have to worry about wasting any money getting it, having to send anything back. If you get on there and you get one for the whatever size tank you need, you will not be disappointed. I am very impressed with these. You can see why Ben liked them so much. I thought about it. I wanted to get one for like, I didn't look, but if they make one for a 125 gallon tank, I wouldn't mind putting one in here, because at one point my one zebra angel laid eggs and I was all excited because I thought I was going to have some angelfish babies. And I started researching, hey, let's take the eggs out, put a diffuser on an air stone because you need air going over the eggs to keep that disease building or bacteria building up on the eggs. But better yet, just leave it in the tank. And if they made a divider for a 125 gallon tank to where I could just separate that angelfish and her babies, this monster right here would have never ate all of her dang babies. Yep. I set up a tank and I was going to pull them out, and this guy decided to go ahead and eat them all. And it was too late. So I don't know if you guys are experts on betas at all. I think it's this one here. I noticed the other day that she's looking pretty bloated. Now these guys get fed once a day, so I do not overfeed them, and they get fed good quality food. These are two females. They've always lived together. They do chase each other and pick on each other. But I noticed a couple days ago, if you can see, you see how bloated she is? I don't know if I know that betas can lay eggs every 2 weeks, but if there's no female, they don't get fertilized or something like that. But as you can tell, she's pretty bloated up. I hope you got a good shot of that before she took off. But I don't think she can get pregnant with two females. I think you need a male to fertilize the eggs. No? So it might be bloat. I may have a problem. If you live closer, I would give you these 10 angels. Yeah, Nathan, I love angels, man. I've really grown to like them. Silver Creek says, fast your beta once a week. It will help bloat. You'd think she's not overfed, but they still can be. Are her scales poking out like a pine cone? No, Silver, she has not. I know what you're talking about. I had that happen with a goldfish to me one time. So the scales are not like poking out yet. I forget the name of that disease, when the scales start poking out like that from the bloat. I'll probably have to put her in a quarantine tank by herself. I just fast them. So I'll fast them both. I'll do that. Fast them once a week. Let them go a day to rebalance. Silver, so you're saying just don't feed them for a day, or should I maybe, because I know fish can go weeks without eating. Do you think I should fast them for a week or just a couple days? Yeah, Nathan, they can be, man. Correct, Skip. Feeding for a day or two per week. I got you. So feed them every other day. I got you. Okay. Yeah. I'll do that. I appreciate it. I've always, for a while, I was feeding my fish 2 days a week, and then I went down to once a day. And after I started feeding my fish once a day, and I started doing the bigger water changes, and of course I've got a lot of pothos on top of my tanks and plants in it. My nitrates, there was a time where I could have went a month without having to do a water change because my nitrates are good. But I don't like to do that. I don't like to go any more than 2 weeks because a good fresh water change is fantastic for fish. They love it. So I do my water changes every 2 weeks, but I noticed my nitrates were starting to climb up again. And I think it's due to having to clean the sponge filters on my hang-on backs. They're starting to get just saturated with crap. Well, y'all need to go so I can get these tanks up and running and the fish back in them. We'll chat later, I'm sure. Okay, Nathan, thanks for stopping by, man. I appreciate you. Hey, Lasers. He's been lurking for a while. I'm taking a break now to eat. Cool, man. Thanks for coming in. So, what are your guys' favorite substrate? Do you like sand or gravel better? I know I've asked this before, but I got some new people in here that hasn't been on my live yet. Silver Creek, I do 2 offs. Okay, the only thing I water change is my 120 with a sump, but it's a massive amount of fish and there's not enough plants for the fish waste to absorb. Well, I'd say Silver Creek to add some Purigen in your, you could add some Purigen in your sump to help break those nitrates up. But according to KJE was in here earlier, he was promoting Fritz. He likes Fritz better. He don't think Purigen works good, but I mean, I've seen a difference. I've got Purigen in some tanks and I've seen a different nitrates with it, but I've never tried Fritz. I might like it better. I think my next step is to try some of these Fritz products because I see a lot of people saying it's better and they like it a lot better. You do organic compost with a sand cap. Ooh, nice. So your plants grow, is that all you use? Do you, your plants grow really good? He doesn't use chems. I'm okay with people that do, but it goes against how I'm raising them. I'm all natural. Yeah, I get you, Silver Creek, and I try to skip the chemical stuff too, just because it's just another thing to buy, and I'm all about the natural way of doing things. You know, this hobby does not have to be as complicated and as expensive as people think. You don't need to spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars on chemical media and all these elaborate setups. You just don't. Anytime I can get away with it, I do. But I bought Purigen because I wanted to try it out, and I have seen a difference. But I don't see a difference so massive that I want to have to keep buying Purigen. Plants are great, but I don't have super fancy plants, so the soil under the sand cap created enough. I think you meant gases for the plants. Very cool. I don't even, and all this, and I know water sprite is a easy plant to grow, but let me flip the camera. So you can see my Amazon swords are doing really good. That is an Anubias, and I have another Amazon over here, and I got water sprite. Now, I mostly have water sprite in all my tanks just because it grows like crazy. I float it. Sometimes these get so full the fish can't even move around. I'm actually going to be sending Bunny some water sprite in the mail, but she told me to wait till it warms up a little bit. As you can see, I got water sprite everywhere. Now, of course, some of the fish in here has been eating these Amazon swords, but the Anubiases are going great. This tank I didn't expect, my Mbuna tank, I didn't expect the plants to do good because, you know, I got the salt in there, the Malawi Lake salt. But I don't use liquid fertilizers. I did, but I haven't used liquid fertilizers in forever. And my plants grow great. Red Laser does gravel only, but will only do gravel and sand, or sand only going forward. I found young Corys seem to have more issues with their barbells. Red Laser, what are you saying? You find your Corys are losing their barbells in gravel or sand? Because I had that same issue, man. I don't care in my gravel tank, in my sand tanks, For whatever reason, they keep losing them barbels. Silver Creek's setting up some tubs and some 10 gallons for plant growth only. I'm hoping to sell some Rotella, Crips, and Val. I want Jungle Val big time, Silver. Where do you live? If my wife doesn't mind, I don't think she's on here right now. I want to buy some Jungle Val off you. I love Jungle Val. I don't think this is Jungle Val. Maybe a different version of it, but I love these plants. I want a bunch of that. Tiger barbs love that shit. All fish love it. You're in Texas. I have a very tall growing Val. Awesome. So what do you plan on selling that for? I want a bunch of Jungle Val. Crips are cool too. Gotta move you around some more. I need some coffee. Laser, I've heard that quarries lose barbels on gravel. Red Laser, I had like 4 pepper quarries in a 55-gallon tank that was filled with gravel, and they were that way for years, and I didn't have an issue. But you are right, one day they just all started disappearing. The dang barbels were gone. And I've got a Panda quarry and a 55 with sand. Now he still has his barbels, but they're like dwindling, like not dwindling away because there's no disease, but like I don't know if he's getting caught on some dragonstone or what. But for me, with me, Cory cats and barbels don't mix, man. Not sure yet, and I'm putting everything together. Then I'm going to look over pricing. Val is generally $1 per sprig, if I remember correctly. Okay, yeah. Let me know when you get a bunch, man. If my wife's cool with it, I'd like to get well, I could use a ton of it, but a few handfuls anyway. I'll trade you some water Sprite for Jungle Val. And Laser, I used to like the gravel too. That's all I ever had, but since I went over to sand, it's just so much easier to do tank maintenance. You don't have to take that gravel vac down in there and do the entirety of the frickin' tank. You just get what's sitting on top. Then you do your water change and you're done, man. Because it can't go down through the sand like it does gravel. Panda quarries for Laser too. Yeah, I like them too, man. Panda quarries are cool. I'm a big fan of any of those like tiger stripe type fish. I love tiger barbs. I love panda quarries. I love the zebra angels, but I just think they're good looking fish. I got 4 of those. It was either 4 or 6 of those panda quarries, and they all have died except for one. And my water is good. My parameters are good. Religious, consistent water changes. I don't know what happened. None of my fish are sick. Any new fish that I buy, I always quarantine, and I hit them with meds regardless. I do the API or the Fritz med trio on them. A lot of them tank, because I get a lot of my fish at like PetSmart, Petco's, and you know they share all that same water. And you go in there, you guys seen it. You go in there and you got dead fish in there, or heck, I went in there one time and there was a fish that was missing its entire right eye. It had a hole through its head, and the damn thing was still swimming around. So I hit them with the med trio every time just to make double sure. And then I let them sit in there 2, 3, maybe a month, depending. Silver Creek's thinking about it. I'm like Silver. I'm sending some to Bunny, like I said, but she wanted me to wait till it warms up. I float it in my, it gets probably like 8 to 10 hours a day. It just grows like crazy, and that's with no fertilizers. I'm not into the CO2. I have so much water Sprite. I'm running out of tanks to put it in, and it's still coming. And I find that water sprite grows better floating it. You can put it in your substrate too, which it'll grow, but I've had better luck floating it. Plus the fish love to go up there and play in it. The only thing about floating plants I don't like is when you feed your fish, the food can get stuck in it and get them white fuzzies on it if you don't catch it in time. Thanks, you made me thirsty for coffee. I don't know how to say that, so I don't know if it's Rika. Does well as a floater if you don't have CO2 as well. The beta really like hanging out around it. Yeah, Silver, they like the water sprite too. I don't know if you've seen it, they were always up. They're all the way up in there. Andrew, Aquarium Daily, I have removed gravel for sand in my quarry tank. So, Andrew, you must have had the same problem. Rika, I got you. Rikia. Rikia. Damn it, man. You had the same problem with the barbells. Yeah, I don't want them. I feel bad because I love seeing them barbells. I don't know if do you guys like Pictus catfish? I love these guys. Here's one. Now, I don't have a problem with their freaking barbells and their whiskers. They're banging. I got two of these guys in here. They're always running around. Love these guys. The other one is over here. I see him pop out. Yeah, Andrew, like I was saying earlier, I had some pepper quarries and they lost their barbells and I never seen them grow back. Red Laser says the environment they live in is not actually sandy. I've noticed these Scalar angelfish. They're hard to see because this tank's kind of dark due to my water sprite blocking the light. But these are those black angels with the red eyes. They're called Scalars, if I'm saying that right. These guys are aggressive. They're out of the, I think I got 5 angels in here. These guys are the most aggressive. Got the zebra angel there. She defends her territory, but these guys are a lot more aggressive. Oh, did you see that one go after the black lace? Look at this. Look. Now they're ganging up on the black lace. Yeah, it's muddy. Catfish live in estuaries and rivers, right? Anybody else make coffee from a Keurig? And then you have to warm it up in the microwave because after you put the creamer in, it cools it down too much. I can't drink black coffee. It gives me reflux. Andrew, I don't know. I think this is the first live you've came on, Andrew. Is that true? I don't think I remember you. I'll show you. In Silver Creek, I think this is the first time you've been here. I could be wrong on that. I just can't remember, but this is my 75-gallon Mbuna tank with Texas Holy Rock. There's the beloved, infamous yellow lab swimming around back there. That's like an OB. Look at that little guy. I got him by accident. What's amazing is nobody picks on him. Oh, Andrew, I was just asking. I don't think you've seen my tanks. I was just going to take you on a little quick tour. This is my 75-gallon Mbuna tank. Of course, they're all going to hide a little bit now. There they come. Bumblebee back there. There's a Demasonine here. ACI. There's an OB. The yellow lab's hiding. There he is. It's amazing the little houses they make. You can see how they built the sand up against the front of the glass. That was all flat at one time, but they've made all these little caves. That is all Mbuna doing that. I love these ACIs. They're pretty. Love this Texas Holy Rock, Andrew. I basically got for free. I didn't have the light diffusers underneath the substrate, and this one was really heavy, so I just put it on a hefty piece of driftwood to distribute the weight out. And believe it or not, the thing hasn't moved. It sits on there pretty good. Underneath here in a 55-gallon is my Tiger Barb tank. Tiger Barbs get a bad rap, man, but I really enjoy them. That's a green emerald. And other than them two red colored ones, they're just regular Tiger Barbs, but they're growing big. They're active. I don't know if you guys like them. It's funny you bring that up, Andrew. In this Tiger Barb tank, I have a bristlenose pleco. And when I was doing the water change earlier, I picked up the piece of driftwood he likes to hang on. And you can probably see him there. That's him in there a little bit. You see that coloration back there moving around? That's the bristlenose. And he is getting a lot bigger, and he's got his spikes starting on his face. Red lizard. My daughter loves the catfish, and we have an upside down catfish and 2 petricola and 3 baby zebra cetodontus. Yeah, I like catfish too, Laser. They're really cool. I don't know if you saw the Pictus catfish I was showing earlier, and of course I got plecos and such, but the upside down cats are cool. Yeah, so this is my Tiger Barb tank. There's also a butterfly loach in here, or people call them hillstream loach, or the articulating loach. I always mess that up. He's in here somewhere. The fish lady loves plecos. Good. Me too, man. I like them a lot. So, Laser, there's one of my Pictus catfish. Yes, I have some fancy goldfish in a tropical tank. I had, can't remember who it was. Somebody lost their mind when they saw that, but goldfish, man, have a range. They are a cold water fish, but they have a range of temperatures they can handle. And these guys have been in here a while, and they're doing fine. He's huge. These glowfish I got for free. I rescued them. The camera's kind of not there. Of course, I think we got an angelfish argument going on here. These were my first two angels. That's a zebra and a black lace. These scalars were my last ones I got. And there's another zebra in the back there. That was a save. I rescued that fish. Here's the other Pictus running around. Here he comes. Oh, there he went. There he goes. I love those Pictus catfish. I love them big whiskers, those, whatever you want to call them. And this PVC pipe I originally got for the Pleco, so we had a cave, but the Pictus catfish kind of stole that. And we'll come over here to my 125 gallon Oscar tank. These here probably got to be my favorite fish. Yeah, they run around crazy, Andrew. This Milo here, he looks a little crabby. He's the bigger one. And then you got Otis. He used to be bigger. The white one used to be bigger than the Tiger Oscar, but they've flipped roles and he's now the boss. I got lots of videos out in these guys, you could see. I'm not a fan of fake decorations like these logs, but I needed something big enough they can hide in. And that is actually a really big fake log, and he has to go like sideways just to get into it. They dig holes out so they can go down into it. You can see how they dug the sand away. Excuse me. And he loves to play with my heaters. He keeps knocking the heaters off. Drives me nuts. Probably not the best toy to play with. And then of course, 20 gallon long with betas, male. 20 gallon long with two female betas. And there's another common pleco. The only reason why I have him is because he was another rescue. Saved him. They were going to literally take him to a river or a pond, and well, we all know the issue with that. So, blood parrots, got lots of videos out, and these guys, they got great personality. Love these guys. But you can see how much they poop. Ridiculous amounts. Just to give you an idea, I did a water change in this yesterday, and you can see how much poop he's put back in there. And this is my 55 gallon community tank. It's just got all the small fish in it. Your neon tetras, platies, zebra danio, ember tetra. There's a couple guppies in here. I think it's roseline barbs. I always forget the name of those guys. I got a couple of those in there. Yeah, they are. They are poop machines. Yeah, those L numbers I don't understand. I know it means the different type of plecos, but I don't go by those things. I just go by their names. Commons. Actually, this bigger pleco I have over here is, I believe, a Snow King pleco. He's, last I measured, at 12 inches. Hey, Whip, thanks for coming in, man. Let's get tanked. On top, I got pothos on all of them. These big pieces of driftwood I got for free from a friend at Myrtle Beach. He goes fishing. He found these at the inlets. I was going to put them in a tank, then I decided, we'll just put them on top. And this guy cleaned this tank up. Before I put him in, I had brown algae everywhere, and he cleaned this tank up in 2 days, everything was clean, including the plants, which is awesome. I hate when plants get caked with algae. Whip was watching the Pro Bowl weekend and thought I'd see who was going live. Well, appreciate it, man. I go live now every Sunday at 3:30. I was doing it on Fridays, but Friday nights people were kind of going out doing things. There's usually a bunch of lives going on, so I figured I'd try to make Sundays a little cooler and not so boring on a Sunday. And it's raining here. Won't quit raining. I also have one more tank in my bedroom. It's a 29 gallon. It's kind of like a vacation tank for an Mbuna that was being bullied in here. So I'd like to put him back in here, but it's been a couple weeks. I might be able to get away with it, but they had his tail fins down to a nub. Does anybody know what kind of cichlid that is? I think it's some kind of dwarf species. Nobody picks on that fish, and it's amazing. Hey, Sketty, thanks for dropping in. I looked it up and I did figure out what kind of cichlid that was, but I can't remember what it is now. There's the rusty. That's a rusty cichlid. Mbunas. This powerhead is the Fluval C. Bumblebee. O-Chart sometimes takes the aggressor out, so the one being picked on has a chance to get settled in. Might be something to try if you haven't already. Yeah, Whip, I did. I pulled him out and I let him... Or no, I did not pull the aggressor out because I really don't know which one's doing it, because from what I seen, there was 3 or 4 of them going after him. It wasn't just any one single fish. But since I pulled him out, I haven't had any more issues with them picking on anybody else. Hey, Black Powder. I'll just leave him in there, Whip. He seems to be happier by himself anyways. you a good shot of the Kraken here. Yeah, Andrew, I got I think 10 tanks. 10 tanks or 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 9 tanks running at the moment. At one point I did have 11. I just shut this 10-gallon down today. Well, yeah, that's better than getting shit kicked out of you every day. Yeah, Whip, that's what I figure. Yeah. I'm just gonna put this right here. Whip, Salient Feathers, and for anybody that doesn't know, Salient Feathers is my wife, and she started a YouTube channel. It was originally about birds. She likes Quaker parrots and other parrots, birds, and she's got some cool videos over there if you want to check her out. Whip's World, you got it, sir. And these guys are fired up today. These angels are really attacking each other today. Give them a fresh water change and they get frisky. Well, thanks, Sketty. Yeah. I believe you did that last week, I think. Sketty. Black Powder is my second account. I answer Sketty with it, and she was the first to sub to my channel. All right, Mark, cool. Are you guys a fan of the blood parrots? Some people have some ill feelings towards them, but I gotta say, these are some of the best fish I ever owned. Get this one here, check this out. This guy chases everything. My algae scrapers, my hand. I put a short out. I don't know if you guys saw it, but he was attacking my python tube. You don't put up with no shit. My Oscar and Jaguar get along most of the time, but they get frisky with each other during water changes too. Yeah, Whip, I think sometimes it, like, I don't know, if I bath my one dog, every time I give him a bath, it makes him feel good, and he gets all frisky and jumps around and wants to wrestle you. So sometimes I kind of like compare that to a water change for a fish. You give them fresh water, clean the tank, and I don't know if it just makes them feel good and they get all frisky, or they start picking on each other. Bunny Viper likes blood parrots. Oh, hey, Bunny. Dang dog's in there fussing. Whip, a little earlier there, I was doing I bought one of those tank dividers from Life with Pets that Ben Ochart's always talking about, and I got one and divided this 20-gallon along with it, and I was just giving a little review on it. I don't know if you ever have one of them, Whip, or anybody else that missed it earlier. These Life with Pets tank dividers are fantastic. Bunny Viper, so I can't remember the third one, but they're a mix of course the parrot and a Midas and I can't remember the third one. So it's a parrotfish, the Midas fish, and there's a third one in there, and I can't remember the last one that makes them up, but they're awesome. I have to Google it real quick. Oh, and the third one is the redhead. Parrotfish, Midas, and redhead. You said redhead? Yeah. Historical firearms. You know who you need to check out, Mark? Was it? Well, no, I think that was you. I was on your live the other day. That was you talking about the different um, black powder rifles and such. Or I can't remember if that was you or if it was Saint Dust. Figured I'd flip this around. We've been around all the tanks enough. Whip, I don't know if you know what I look like. But this is me. But I know what you look like, Whip. I set my coffee down somewhere. That's a problem. I can't find it. Oh, there it is. Probably me. I love my old British black powder rifles. Yeah, this week I was on your live and I was watching you talk about all the guns and such. I think I'm subbed to that account too. I try to find as many accounts as I can on the channels who have made me a mod, so much easier to click on a name than track down after the fact. Yeah. What I like about YouTube's platform is you can tap on someone's name and make them a mod right there. With this Streamlab, I think I have to wait till it's over and then go back. Hey Bunny, I know he's thinking about it. I want Jungle Val. I think Silver Creek might trade me some Water Sprite with some Jungle Val. But don't worry, I got plenty. Go around. Yeah, Whip, I'm surprised. I think you're the only one that I know of, and all the people we're all sub to, and the Fish Fam and all that does all the lives. I think you're the only one that I don't think streams, but I did see your YouTube videos. I don't know where you were at, but I saw that real nice creek and that pond was flowing. There was koi fish in the water you put out there, and then there was that one in your house where you were doing something in your fish room. Mark, did you try soaking that foot? I mean, it's probably beyond this point, but have you tried putting it in soaking in Epsom salt? Yeah, Whip, you're like the village doorknob. You're in everybody's live stream. So's Mark. He's on all everybody's live streams too. But that's a good thing. Helping each other out, supporting each other. If you don't, Jesse, trade it for the vow. I could always get some after the fact somewhere. Bunny, last we talked, you know, you wanted me to wait till the weather warmed up a little bit. It's not a problem. I have plenty bunny to go around. I actually pulled some out of here today, bunny. But you can still see there's plenty in there. I put like a handful in there. Put a bunch down there. I put some over here, bunny. And then of course this 125 is just full of it, so. Got plenty of it, and it keeps growing. I tell you where it's growing the most is in them 220-gallon longs. That light, those lights in that tank, just growing that stuff like crazy. Oh, I hope she heard me before she left. I've been thinking about it and stood on some Chinese glass last week, and I think my foot may be infected. Yeah, man, if you got an infection, it sounds like you do, especially if you got like, what the hell is staph infection or something, you may want to go now because that's going to kill you. Yeah, I got a box ready for you, Bunny. I just need to get some bags, and whenever you're ready, you got my email. You can just email me when you're ready for it, and we'll get it sent out. I got a box with good packing paper to protect it and everything in it. Bunny, I'll show you my bunny box. That's your box, Bunny. The bunny box. We're gonna fill it up with some water Sprite and send it to you. Whenever you're ready. Yeah, Whip. We had 2 Quaker parrots at one point. One of them unfortunately died. But she works with them every day, and she was looking at an Indian ringneck. I think that'll probably be her next bird when she's ready. But she's done a lot of research on birds and has got some experience with them, so they're really cool, man. They're smart. They do a lot of cool things. Like the ones you'll see her on her channel, the blue one, Kiko, she's not as much as a talker as the other one was, but she'll say some words, but she loves to dance and do a lot of other cool stuff. Mark says it might be a bit small for Bunny to fit into it. The bunny box. And the nice thing is I get cardboard boxes and packing paper for free. With the job that I work, parts get delivered to my house when I order them, and so then I always have a ton of boxes and that brown packing paper, so I don't have to pay for boxes, I don't have to pay for packing paper, nothing. You're in Oklahoma, I think you said, Bunny. How cold is it there? You guys you were probably a part of that snowstorm that went through there that gave us a bunch of rain, which you can take back. Thank you very much. It's all foggy and rainy and crappy here today. Yes, Andrew. Uh, Heather, Salient Feathers, was telling me about that. Showed me some pictures. I guess we finally shot them down, and now they're all pissed off at us because we shut their balloon down. But they tried to say a jet stream took it, but we pretty much see it was being controlled and surveillance equipment on it. And it's kind of funny that they were hovering above military bases and areas they shouldn't be, right? We had snow for a few days and 2 temps once, but it's about 60 today. All right, cool. You didn't lose any power. Did snow for a few days? Okay. So you probably didn't lose any power or anything like that. You got it, Andrew. I don't know what them guys are doing over there, but started COVID, floating balloons over us. Salient Feathers, both I and Black Petter have. Oh shit, babe, they sued you. Oh, subbed. Whisperwood, actually speaking of spreading the wealth, I gotta run. Carrie and Jesse are going live. I'm glad I caught a few minutes. Yeah, Whip, thanks, man. I appreciate you coming by. I got you. I've been on for an hour and a half. I need to jump off anyways. I gotta take care of dinner, feed the dogs, and get stuff done, and clean my mess up from my water changes anyways. So I should probably jump off, and I certainly appreciate everybody who come in here. I'm just gonna start doing lives every Sunday at 3:30. I'll figure out how to set notifications up for that. I know how to do it on the YouTube platform, but I'm not sure how to do it on the Streamlab software I do, because I like Streamlab better. But I think you can go ahead and create a scheduled live through the YouTube platform, and because Streamlab's linked to it, it's the same thing. So I'll just make sure I start scheduling those out so you guys know. But certainly appreciate you guys coming in and hanging out with me and supporting and checking me out. No power loss, but maybe go and buy some rechargeable air pumps. Bunny, I see everybody talking about the battery backup things. They're cool, but in my mind, I just don't understand why people don't get generators. Generators, you know, in an event of a power outage, of course, we as Aquarius, we have to keep our fish tanks running, right? But also, you're going to need to run your fridge to keep your food good. So you need to run those bare essential things. So I always found just get a dang generator. You don't need to buy the biggest one either. I have the biggest one that I could buy at the time, which will run my whole house and my AC if I wanted. But yeah, you just need something that you can run your fridge and your fish, and if you maybe some, it's hot out, you just need to run some fans or something. And you don't need to, some of them battery backups they want, like KG Tropicals has, some things are expensive, man. You could buy a generator, run everything. No, thank you, Laser, for stopping by. Thanks, Bunny. Thank you all you guys for coming in. Yeah, Bunny, I understand some of them, but honestly, some of those battery backup ones like KG Tropicals has, they're more expensive than a small generator. And a generator is going to put more watts out. Muppet, you can just run it, and it's got outlets on it, right? You can just plug into it. If you don't want to hook it up to your house, like I have a whole house plug, but if you can't do that, you can just plug stuff into it and run an extension cord through a window or something. All right, Andrew, good night, man. Thanks for stopping by. I'll let you guys go. next Sunday at 3:30. I gotta start doing cool stuff like Andrew does, and over there Aquarium Daily, they make games up and stuff. Yeah, $23 is a lot cheaper. I get you on that, Bunny. But you could save up for a year, throw $20 in your bank account, save up for a year, and go buy you a generator with a couple of that with income tax return or something. But generators are the best way to go. They run everything. You got more power to tap into with them. You can just run more things. You just got to stock up on some gas. But God, they make generators now that don't. You can use gas, propane. They're hybrids. You can flip a switch and go from gas to propane. Whatever you got, they're just so much more efficient, or I don't know. They're going to last longer than that battery backup powers too. So, but to each their own. But I always, every time I see that subject come up, I always try to, not that you guys haven't already weighed out your options, but I always try to sway people more towards a generator just because there's just so much more usable. Well, all right. Appreciate you guys. I hope the rest of your Sunday goes good. If it's Monday for some of you guys, I hope you have a good work week. If you work, if you don't work, lucky you. I'd probably get bored if I didn't work. My wife would probably divorce me if I was retired. I get the power tools out and fix stuff that's not broken. All right. I'll see you guys later. Thanks again for stopping by. You guys are great. Next stream, I'll think of something cool to do together.